All right, hey Darren and Gary, just wanted to kind of walk through this program so you guys know what to do for Sunday. When you get here Sunday, a lot of this will be set up, but I just want to kind of walk through it for you. So when you get here, if the computer's off, we have a power glitch or something, you're going to want to come in here to VMix, double click on it, which it's already open. So I'm just going to pull it up here from the bottom. Remember, you got your inputs here. So you got your first input will be one of Darren's cameras. This one is the PTZ. Then you have two for the, let's see, one of those will be Darren's camera and one of those will be the one on the right hand side. Tyler should be here to do that. So to go to any of those cameras, obviously to hit the preview, click on whichever one you're wanting to go to, and then you just slide the bar over. It'll switch to that camera. Over here you have the spinner, which is what I like to put on sometimes just to remind people to give. If you click on the 2, it overlays it on top. You'll see it right here in the top. It'll overlay it, and then people are reminded to give. I put it in a couple times during the service, not too much. I don't want people to think that we're all about their money, but I wanted to give them a chance to give. So then you can turn that off by clicking 2. This input here, this is the computer with the lower third. This is the full screen of the computer. So the reason you need those different ones is this one I use for like sermon slides, that kind of thing. When they're in it, all you do is, so say he's talking, I'll click on, so he's reading Genesis 6:43. Okay, once he reads Genesis 6:43, I'll turn that on until he reads the scripture, and I'll pull it off with that same button 1. You didn't see some of that because it overtook the screen, obviously. This one's the lower third. So when you turn this one on, if I have scripture on or the song on, it'll just show up in the 2 or 3 bars here, and it'll be an overlay. Now the thing you got to watch out for is you can't leave this one on all the time. If you do, once you get to the scripture, it'll go full screen, and you'll be like, "What's going on? It's all full screen of that computer." Well, it's because this is on. So you want to make sure the 1 is unclicked when the song service is over. And then just use this one. I guess you could use this one too because it does go full screen. But either one of these, you'll just click 1 to bring it up and 1 to take it off. Baptism video, you'll have to use this one right here. So you can just click 1. The sound will come in from the computer. So you don't have to worry about any of that. It's all set, ready to go. But you'll just have to click that so that the baptism video shows up. All right, then we're going to go into the settings. All right, so once you're in here, oh, I forgot to tell you, when you first come in, if it happens to be out of the program, you'll have to click this drop arrow and click on Smithville. It'll bring up this profile, which will all be ready to go. In our settings, for the stream settings, you want to click on this gear here. If you click on this, it'll start streaming. We don't want to do that yet. We want to click here. So settings, you're going to go into the Facebook settings is the first one. If you click on it, this gives you your stream settings. A couple things to watch out for. The account will be my account. Right here, the drop-down menu, you want to make sure it doesn't say share on your page. You want it to be this first one, Smithville Christian Church, and it shows it there. Okay, stream, new stream. You'll put the title. The title should already be in there for first service. This should all be set up, ready to go. But if it's not, you want to put the title of what it is, and then we're going to click on this little checkbox for scheduled. You want to make sure you have that checked. And you go in here and click on here, change the date to the 12th. The time, first service will be 9:25. Second service will be 10:25. I'm sorry, the first service will be 8:55. I'm thinking wrong. It starts at 9 o'clock. So 8:55. Second service will be 10:25. And then you'll just hit create stream. I'm not going to do that now because it will make a stream for the page, and I don't want people to get confused. So I'm going to hit close. Once you hit create stream, it'll save it. Hit close. And you go in here to the number 2. Now, the number 2 will be set up. I should already have this ready to go for the first service. But just in case computer glitches or whatever, what you'll want to do is come in here to Firefox. In Firefox, I'm going to delete that. Don't pay attention to what I'm doing real quick. It'll just confuse you possibly. So we're going to go in here to the studio. We're going to go to create. You click on create, and you'll go to go live. That's if something happened to be where it wasn't. And then you'll hit, since I already have first service, when you go to do second service, you can just hit this reuse settings. If by chance it's still saying this call out from last week, when you get here for first service, you don't want to use that, but you can, anyway, hit reuse settings. Up here, you want to make sure the titles is what it is for this week. Description, a lot of times I'll just put in the scripture, the main scripture for the week, which is on the top of Stephen's sermon. And then the time or the date, you're going to put, make sure it's Sunday, 10:25 for the second service. On this, you want to put no, it's not made for kids. It just makes it easier on us to not have to jump through hoops. Hit create. And once you do that, let's load in here. You'll get this stream key right here. It's the one with the dots. For whatever reason, it encodes it. I guess we could turn that off, but I like keeping it encoded just so that you can know, which one you're using. So you're going to hit copy right here. Okay. On here, you want to make sure this is ultra low latency. That just makes it so that there's not a big delay between the service and the YouTube. And go back over here to VMix. We're going to go to the stream settings. So we copied that stream key, and it's actually going to be the same because I'm reuse the settings. But right here in the stream key, just paste. And once you do that, that's all you have to do with that one. So you're going to hit save and close, and it's going to save your stream settings. When you go to stream, if you hit the stream button, it's going to automatically stream to both things. If you go in here, click this arrow on the right side, you can hit start stream 1 or start stream 2, Facebook or YouTube separately. Sometimes I'll start YouTube first just because there's one more step you have to do. So I'll show you what YouTube's is. This won't actually go live until you do another setting. So if you click on start stream 2, okay, and I started it. Stream 1's not started. Up here you can see what's started. So I got stream 2 is live, recording is live. You won't do the recording because it records the YouTube for us. But you're going to come back in here to Firefox. You're going to look. It's going to say excellent connection, and it should show you what is on your actual screen up at the top. Okay. Then once this button, once it illuminates blue, then you can actually go live. So if I were to hit go live right now, we would start streaming to the thing. Okay. So I don't want to do that, so I'm going to go back into VMix. I'm going to stop the streams. You can do that by just clicking. If you click that button, it's actually going to start YouTube since they're both not all. But I'm just going to tell it stop all streams. It stopped streaming. Okay. So then you can come back into Firefox. Usually I do this even before I start streaming, of course. You want to get this ready is once you generate the stream key and the stream that you're going to do, if you go up here to the share button and click on it, it gives you a link. You're going to hit copy. And then for whatever reason, Firefox, we'll double check it right now to see. GoDaddy is what we do for the website builder. For whatever reason, it's not been letting me log into the website on Firefox. It's being really slow at the moment. Okay, so it should have the password already saved in there. Smithville CC, and if you need a password, that's not what I want. Why you do that? We're going to try that again. GoDaddy, websitebuilder.godaddy.com. Actually, I think it's this one. Okay, so here's what you go. So if you go into there, you're logged in to the website. You're going to go to not this one, not the website builder where it expires, but this one right here. And you're going to hit manage. Edit website. When you hit edit website, you'll come down here. This box here is our weekly service. You'll click here. And then right here in the URL, you want to paste that URL that you had. You'll hit paste. It'll change it to, it'll look like that because it's not yet streamed. And when people click on it, it'll show that we're going live in X amount of time. And then after that, you'll hit publish. Now, we don't actually want to publish that right now, so I'm not going to save that. So I'm going to hit undo. So it's back to normal. But that's where you'll do it, and you'll hit publish. That'll publish our website. Sometimes I'll go on the other computer, and I'll just pull that up to make sure that I'm streaming. I know we had issues in the first service last week where it didn't do that. If that happens to not let you get in there on GoDaddy or on Firefox, I go in here to this one on GoDaddy or on the Edge browser and do the same thing. And it's been letting me stay logged in here, which is kind of nice. So really, I just recommend using this one. Just pull it up here. I'll have it ready like this. You'll type in your URL, you'll hit publish, it's good to go. So we'll minimize that. We'll minimize the YouTubes, and I think that's about it. So your countdown will come from the other computer, so you can use this one or this one as long as it shows it's full screen on there. Just hit the one. In fact, I'd probably use this one just because then it'll automatically go to your lower thirds for you once we start singing and the countdown comes off. But if you had like a video, sometimes Steven starts talking before, you'll want to turn that off so you can get the video, and you can turn it back on when we start singing. Remember, here's your fader. Pick your picture here. Well, once it's all done, you obviously just hit stop streams. It'll stop stream. Over here, a couple things we want to make sure. Your master volume. We want to make sure that we're getting bars here. And it shows you here if we're clipping or not. Looks like we're at a pretty good level. Every once in a while, when I get real loud, we'll see it peaking. So we want to try to stop it from peaking. But like Steven's sermon and stuff, we want to make sure that he's getting up into right at the yellow. Try not to get into the red. Obviously, he gets loud at times and can't avoid that from happening, but we want to make sure we get a good level of him. The rest of the inputs, this audio line in is the audio coming in from the chapel from the soundboard. You want to make sure it's up all the way, and the master's up all the way, but everything else should be muted. If by chance they weren't, like it would bring in the sound from the camera that the camera's picking up, and it would just make for an awful, awful sound. So you want to make sure everything else is muted. I think that's about it with the program. That should be all you need to know. Obviously, we won't be recording from the computer to that. We're just streaming, so don't worry about hitting this record. I'm just doing that for the purpose of today. But if you need any help with it, I'll be available Sunday for you to call me, text me, whatever. I'll probably be tuning in and watching the service. So anyway, thank you guys for helping out. If you got any questions, let me know. Thanks.